Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. You know what it's hitting for. That part. Grrr. Grit. Bow. Hold up, y'all. Let's get right here. First of all, let me get my trusty intro music going, all right? That part. L.O.T.S. Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 85. Grit, bow. Welcome to the greatest show on earth, the most dangerous show on God's green earth. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land, Twitter land, Facebook land. You heard me. Shout out to the listeners on what's that? Apple Podcast. You heard me? You guys do me a favor. As soon as you come in the building, I need everybody to hit that like button. That should be the first thing you do. You call that wipe your feet on the rug, say we do at your grandparents' house, show that you was raised right. Show that you have manners and don't disrespect the people. Don't embarrass the people that raised you and instill those manners, all right? Also, don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. Y'all know we don't like pocket watchers. Also, don't be a peeping Tom, all right? Pocket watchers, peeping Toms, casual watchers. Participate, interact with this, all right? I need everybody to share this podcast for me. Do me a favor, you got admirers, you got people that love you and appreciate things that you appreciate, that respect your opinion. All right, I want everybody to enjoy this podcast, so do me a favor, share this episode. This is episode number 85. All right, it's time to let me give my intro that I always give, all right? I am the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. Alright, I'm the curator. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learning off the streets, Lord of the streets. Alright, L.O.T.S. approved. That is an acronym for those that didn't know. I am public enemy number one. Let's make that clear. I am the top op. There's no op higher than me. I'm the top op. Public enemy number one. This is powered by L.O.T.S. Approved Media, and I want to welcome everyone to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 85. Bow. And when I say 85, you guys notice that we're creeping to episode 100. We're slowly creeping to episode 100. That means that we have 15 episodes left. All right, that part. As soon as you come to the building, do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you hear. All right, we call that leaving a fingerprint. That part. L.O.T.S. Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Once again, episode number 85. Now let me cut off this beautiful intro music. Shout out to Ezo, as always, for the intro. All right. Like I said before, I'm the incomparable, the author imitated but cannot be duplicated, all right? I'm the elected, appointed voice of the streets, all right? L.O.T.S. approved, that part. The curator. Now listen, you guys, this is a very eventful week. Once again, this is episode number 85. We're 15 episodes away from episode 100. All right, so I need everybody in YouTube land to clap it up for yourselves. For the people that's been participating, for the people that's been here from day one, that's been day one supporters. Shout out to all the sponsors, everyone that sponsored this podcast, all right? You guys have a special place in my heart. No matter if we have one person in the building or we have 1,000 people in the building, everybody here is appreciated. Very unbiased platform. You don't always have to agree with me, but your opinion is appreciated and needed, all right? I love a contrast of opinion here. So don't be scared to oppose me. Now, you guys, it's a very eventful week. Obviously, we're going to speak about the constant elephant in the room. The past 2 weeks, we've been speaking about the same thing. All right? Drake, of course. Drake and going against, what's that? What he calls it? 1 versus 20. All right, so there's more stuff unveiling with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle that we are experiencing. This beautiful time in hip-hop, all right? It's a great, great time in hip-hop. So we're not just going to speak about Drake, all right? We're not just going to speak about Drake and Kendrick, but we're also going to speak about Diddy. Obviously, Diddy had a recent IG post. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see Diddy's IG post. All right, it's very interesting. We're gonna unpack that, all right? Yeah, we'll speak about your boy Diddy. And Diddy's not laying down, apparently. Also, what do we have here? All right, the game. Big things. All right, everyone in hip-hop, you guys know shots fired everywhere. Grrr, let's be clear, shots are fired everywhere. All right. Now, somebody chose to jump into this battle. Everybody's battling at this point. It's not just rappers, it's R&B cats and everything. So a lot of things have transpired since this battle has initiated, all right? On behalf of Kendrick Lamar, and this started from Kendrick Lamar, or some would say, some might argue, it started with first person shooter with that Kendrick, and not Kendrick, but Drake and J. Cole, all right? Which I was told later on that actually Kendrick was invited to be on that track. So that what might had started kicked off the whole battle. But nonetheless, you guys, you have Game going at Fat Boy. Now we're going to speak about Game going at Fat Boy. Also, what I want to do is today, I'm going to put up a phone number so you guys can give me a call. You guys can actually call in. All right. And this is supposed to be the call-in episode. So I will be opening up the lines and putting up the phone number for you guys to contact. If you guys want to speak your 2 cents, all right, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that had things to say on Facebook, and we're gonna get towards that, all right? Let me look at the number that I'm using right here. Okay, hold on now. All right, no. Okay, bada bing, bada bang. So I'm gonna put this phone number across the bottom. This is gonna be a banner here, all right? Let me fix this banner. Matter of fact, let me create a new banner, all right? Shout out, I see somebody that's left a comment. All right, I'm going to address the comment section also, guys. Allow me one moment, but I want to put up my phone number because at one point, we're going to speak about, you guys are going to be able to tell me your opinion on who you guys have in the battle. All right, obviously, like I was just saying before, you guys see that Game. Game is trying to lure Ross into a battle. Obviously, and I think these guys, though they are worthy opponents, people are questioning the how do you say how genuine it is, all right? They're questioning what is his interest in battling Ross? Is it warranted? All right? Is it organic or is he forcing it? Is he clout chasing? We're gonna discuss that, all right? So that's Game and Ross going off. Now let me put this phone number up here for you guys. All right, bada bing, bada bang. Hold up. Phone number up. Take out one of those nines. All right, cool. Add banner. Bada bing, show the banner. All right, guys, so that's going to be the phone number that I'm going to put up. Now, I'm not going to keep it up for right now, but I will be bringing the phone number back up so you guys will be able to call in and let me know your opinion on this battle. All right, and you guys can speak also on the Game if you guys think that the Game and Ross should even engage in this battle. But nonetheless, moving on. Also, shout out to Nicki Minaj. You guys, Nicki Minaj is seen at a concert, all right? She had a concert in Meg Thee Stallion's hometown of Houston, all right? And contrary to what y'all would believe, you would think that she's a hometown hero. Apparently, Meg Thee Stallion is not a hometown hero because all the people that were in attendance in this Houston concert were singing Nicki Minaj's diss record towards Meg Thee Stallion word for word, all right? So we're going to speak about that also. So there's a lot of shots fired everywhere. Shots have been fired everywhere, all right? We're speaking about the women in rap battling. We're going to speak about Drake, Kendrick. We're going to speak about Ross and the potential battle with the Game, all right? And there's a list of other things. And also, we're going to speak about Drake. I know you guys been hearing about people running in Drake's home, all right? There's been 3 incidences. There's been a bodyguard that's been shot, all right? So Drake's security has been shot. We're going to discuss that also, all right, nonetheless. And like I said, we're talking about Ross. Now, Shaquille O'Neal has been in the news also as of lately, all right? Shaquille O'Neal and Shannon Sharpe have been going at it. And also, we're going to speak about Shaq, and Shaq, we're going to call Shaq the DM, is going down in the DM. You guys remember when Yo Gotti came out, the song's going down in the DM? Well, Shaq took that personal, all right? So there's been rumors that Shaq is in everybody's DM, women particularly, all right? And they're saying even younger aged women. But I don't want to allude to that. That's all alleged. We'll speak about that. All right, nonetheless, you guys, I see people in the comment section. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to Tyrone Jones in the building. 777, that part. Shout out to AP Palmer in the building. Family, that part. You heard me? Let me pull this up right quick, man. Let me show my guys they respect, all right, and pull up their comment. You guys leave a comment in the comment section. We call that leaving a fingerprint. Let everybody know you're in the building. Everybody that's watching right now should be sharing this podcast. Let's get everybody involved because you guys are going to be able to call in and tell me your opinion on what's going on with this battle and where you stand at with this battle. Whether you're picking a side or choosing not to pick a side. We'll determine that. All right? Nonetheless, shout out to AP Palmer, that part. Miramar Love, shout out to Tyrone Jones once again. Miramar Love 777, shout out to Gunplay. Shout out to Gunplay Artie Clay. That's my brother. And I say Gunplay Artie Clay, all right? That's another one of his aliases. Don Logan, another one of his aliases. Shout out to Gunplay. And recently I see that Game had called out Gunplay's name also. So with that being said, shout out to Tyrone once again. AP Palmer, yo, family for life, that part. Big up to AP Palmer. All right, so now you guys, also we're going to speak about, what we got here? Future and Gunna. So more shots fired. Grrr. Listen, Future and Gunna going at it. There's a potential thing that's happening. There's something that's growing out there between Future and Gunna, all right? There's some words that's been said with Future and Gunna, and we're going to discuss that also. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. This is episode number 85, all right? Now, nobody expects us to be here. Nobody expects us to even have 85 episodes, let alone 100. We're on our way to 100, all right? So that's 15 episodes left. 10 plus 5. 15 episodes left until we reach episode 100. That part. Now, remember, you guys, later on in the program, I'm going to put my phone number up. You guys are going to be able to call in and let me know how you feel. Whose side you guys are on? Are you guys on Kendrick? How do you guys feel about... Listen, we're going to speak specifically about Drake and Kendrick and where you guys stand. Who you guys believe is winning. Now, we know the general consensus is obviously Kendrick Lamar has the lead. He's taken the lead. But I know people out there that are not comfortable with Kendrick Lamar having that lead. And people that feel otherwise, they oppose that, and they feel like Drake is actually the artist that should be in the league. And I'm curious to know you guys' opinion. Now, where are we going to start at, man? What we got here? Once again, make sure you guys share this platform. I hit that like button at home. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land. Shout out to everybody on Facebook and also on Twitter. Now, first of all, you guys, let's talk about Diddy. All right. We all know about Diddy. We know what's going on with Diddy, with 3 homes being raided, his son being put in handcuffs, etc., etc., all right? Now, most people, shout out to Shay Dunk in the building, that part. What's up, family? I love seeing everybody in the building, all right? Now, once again, you guys, you see here, Diddy has went on IG, all right? So Diddy has came out of his hole, all right? You know, like what do you call that? A groundhog? Yeah. Diddy has peeked his head out of the hole like a groundhog. So Diddy has spoken for the first time, it looks like. I know there was a video recently showing Diddy was riding his bike, and you see women where they were showing him love, giving him hugs, etc., etc. So Diddy's not totally condemned out here, all right? They haven't totally condemned Diddy as of yet. There's people out there that actually still got love for Diddy. Diddy still has supporters. Puff still has supporters with all the new allegations and charges that's been brought against him, all right? So nonetheless, shout out to Alexander A-Rod Rodriguez. Big up to everybody in the building. Once again, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? I'm going to put the phone number up in a few, and you guys are going to be able to call in and let me know your opinion. Who do you have in this battle with Kendrick and Drake? As well as you guys can speak on a list of other subjects, particularly Game and the potential Game and Rick Ross beef, and also who you guys have between Future and Gunna. I'm curious to know. All right, I'll put the phone up in the next few minutes. My next 20 minutes, I'll put the phone number up there, all right? Now, let's speak about Diddy once again. You guys, Diddy has took into IG. If you guys go on Instagram, you guys can see Diddy. He put up a new post. He hasn't been posting. Ever since these new charges has been brought up to him, brought against him, Diddy probably have only had 1 to 2, maybe 3 posts in this within this whole melee, all right, throughout the duration of what's been taking place. He put up something very interesting on IG. I want to take the time. Matter of fact, I'd rather you guys hear it, but there's a lot of curse words in it. So I think I'm going to refrain from pulling it up. But I know you guys will probably want to hear things that I want to hear. There was some things that I seen on the IG and Diddy's comments that I did not expect, all right? And they say to expect the unexpected. So with that being said, You guys know Diddy still has supporters out there. A lot of people are supporting Diddy. Now, some people have chosen not to support Diddy publicly, but maybe behind the scenes they have some type of empathy for Diddy, some compassion for Diddy. So they still support Diddy. But as of recently, Diddy, I think today or yesterday, well, I think it was today, Diddy put up a post asking to show him some love. Show the N some love. Show the ninja some love. All right. Remember, this is brother love. Nonetheless, this is brother love. All right. So Diddy is telling everybody to show him some love. He's demanding that you guys show him some love. Now, this was kind of ironic that Diddy's taking that approach, but at the same time, I think I kind of commend him. I'm not condoning what Diddy did. But I'm commending that he's showing some type of resiliency. I'm commending that he at least sticking his head out the window. He's sticking his head out the hole. All right. He's not totally being a coward and staying in the cut. Diddy's actually willing to show his face. Diddy's willing to show himself publicly. And that says a lot. All right. It's kind of brave. I'm not condoning what Diddy's did, obviously, and his transgressions against people. I'm not condoning that. All right, but we got to call it spade a spade. Diddy is showing some type of bravery by sticking his head out, especially in these dark times. All right, now you guys, Diddy's comment section was full. All right, there was some people in the comment section that I didn't expect. One of them being Joel Santana. All right, Joel Santana seen in Diddy's comment section showing Diddy some love. I did not expect that from from the Dipset Soldier. Underboss, I think you consider Jim Jones the lieutenant. So let's just call Joel Santana the underboss. All right. So the Dipset underboss seems to have some type of empathy for Diddy, and he's still supporting Diddy. And the thing is, he's supporting Diddy publicly. All right. So if you guys look on Diddy's new post, you guys look in the comment section, you're gonna see Joel Santana. He put like a 100. He put, we say 100. You know how we say 100. He put the 100 with the check, all right? The L.O.T.S approved check, meaning he approves of Diddy. So big shout out to Joel Santana for even putting his career on the line at this point, being seen in support of Diddy. But it just wasn't Joel Santana in Diddy's comment section, all right? There's more people in support of Diddy. Now, obviously, you guys know Diddy's, as of lately, partner in crime, Stevie J. Stevie J is seen in Diddy's comment section showing Diddy some love. All right, he used his own meme, his own GIF, whatever, computer generated, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really savvy when it comes to the internet with the emojis and these different things, the GIFs and the comment sections and all that. All right, but Stevie J nonetheless is seen in Diddy's comment section showing his support. So it's not just Joel Santana, obviously it's Stevie J also. There's more people that were in Diddy's comment section showing him love. Also, let's see here. Who else was there? Who's that? Daniel? Who's this guy named? Ray Daniels, all right? Ray Daniels showing love. Now, Ray Daniels said for most ninjas that tried to win but lost, all right? So showing love is hard for most ninjas that tried to win but lost. So Ray Daniels is basically saying he wants to he's showing Diddy love. Unlike the general and people in general. He's saying that people are used to losing, right? So he's saying he's used to winning. So he's willing to step out there and show Diddy love. I don't know how that made any type of sense. I don't know if that made sense to you guys at home. But nonetheless, Ray Daniels is in support of Sean. He's in support of P. Diddy, all right? Nonetheless. So like I said, you guys go check it out. Go on, what's the name's, where you can check it out. Go on Academics. You guys check it on Academics. You guys can see P. Diddy's. Oh, no, matter of fact, scratch that. Go to Diddy's actual IG page on Instagram. All right, and look at Diddy's latest post. And you guys let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about that nonetheless. You know what I mean? But I got to give some type of credit to Puff that he's willing to stick his neck on the line. He's willing to show his face. Most people would have cowered into the shadows, right? And wait till they day in court to be prosecuted. All right, but nonetheless, Puff is showing that he is somewhat brave. Nonetheless, I give him the little credit that is. Like I said, I'm not condoning anything that Puffy has done. thus far. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to Alexander. What's up, bro? I see you, Alexander A-Rod. I see you, brother. And what you saying here? Yo, what's good? What's good, family? Shout out to Make It Happen in the building. Make It Happen is a supporter. He's one of my main supporters on this channel. Big up to Make It Happen. Once again, you guys, he is an artist. So if you guys get a chance, go on YouTube and check out his music, stream his music, get them views up, all right? Help him get his numbers up. Big up to Make It Happen, all right? Much appreciated. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, all right? And like I said, you guys, leave your fingerprint in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. Also, share this platform. You guys should be sharing this with your loved ones, with your friends, the people that appreciate you. I need you guys to share this, all right? Let's get everybody acclimated. This is episode number 85. All right? This is a blessing to even be here. Let me tell you guys, because if you don't know, life be lifing. That's the new term, and I like that term. Life be lifing. But we still here consistently doing what we need to do, all right? Servicing the people. That part, no diddy, all right? Shout out to everybody at home. Now, moving right along. That's enough about Puff, all right? What we got here, man? All right, Nicki Minaj. Listen, shots fired. Bow. Shots fired as always. Now, that beef between Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, it wasn't long-lived, all right? But it was very entertaining. And it seems like there's still remnants of it still going on to this very day. Now, you guys know Nicki Minaj has this gag tour. So Nicki Minaj has this great tour. Is very successful up until this point, all right? Nicki Minaj's new tour. She recently performed in Houston, Texas. Now, you guys know Houston, Texas, that's home of UGK, home of, how you call that, Jay Prince, you know what I mean, Sauce Walker, very rich in culture, all right? Now, there's a girl that goes by the name of Megan Thee Stallion. She's from Houston. Let's make this clear. Now, Nicki Minaj is seen at the concert performing her diss record for Megan Thee Stallion. Now, you got to say Nicki got cojones. Nicki got balls. I told you, Nicki Minaj is the female 50 Cent. And you guys will realize that and understand that in the near future. Once again, this is the most dangerous podcast in the world. Bow. Make sure you guys are sharing this platform. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are leaving comments in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. And turn your notifications on at home, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on IG, Twitter, whatever. Turn your notifications on for me. Do it for me. I know you guys don't like to be bothered, but do it for me. I go on at different times of the day, so it's best that you guys turn your notifications on so you guys won't miss an episode, all right? Every time I drop new content. Now, once again, Nicki Minaj is performing this diss song. Now, the diss song, the diss song is, there's a verse that was recited by the crowd during the concert. And this kind of struck me kind of as strange because this is her hometown. Her hometown was singing Nicki Minaj's diss record for Meg word for word. Giving true meaning to the definition of a fan. You guys know fans are fanatics. Fans are considered fanatics. And what Nicki Minaj has is fanatics. All right? With that being said, so let me see what the verse was. Okay, okay. This is what Nicki Minaj, this is the part that they recited that kind of hit me, and I was like, I had to sit back and really reassess this whole beef between Meg and Nicki, okay? Now, the thing is, there's a part in this diss record that Nicki Minaj made for Megan. You guys remember, Nicki had a diss record as well as Meg had a diss record. It looked like it was perceivably that Meg won the diss because she had more numbers, right? Meg did more numbers on YouTube than Nicki. So you would presume that, okay, it looks like it's safe to say Meg won this battle. But, au contraire, mon frère, like I said, Nicki had this show in Houston. Now, with that being said, there's a part in Nicki's diss song for Meg in which she says, for a free beat, you could hit Megan raw, all right? Now, this is very, 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 very disrespectful, nonetheless. But, you guys, the crowd was singing that word for word. The crowd was singing for a free beat. You can hit Megan raw. Now, this is her hometown. Raw. This is the hometown. This was unexpected. It makes you reassess Megan Thee Stallion's career. Because it seems like Megan Thee Stallion has a hate wagon, right? There's a hate thing that's developing with Megan Thee Stallion. It's looking like the general public has turned on Megan Thee Stallion. And you can there's signs of that, indications of that, red flags everywhere with this woman. But it's not reflecting in numbers. So this is what's kind of confusing me, because I'm seeing Meg doing numbers. I know she's signed to Rock Nation. I know Meg just got this new contract. So I know there's marketing dollars being pushed into Meg and her project and her development, right? But it's contrast in what I'm seeing. I'm seeing numbers, but every time I hear the general public speak about Megan Thee Stallion, it's never in her favor, right? I'm seeing people saying free Tory. Anything that Meg does, she's synonymous with Tory Lanez. Meg's name is synonymous with Tory Lanez's name up until the release of Tory Lanez. So anything that Meg does in the public eye, they always throw Tory's name in there, as in free Tory. So anything that Meg Thee Stallion does that's not solid, not genuine, that the public does not approve of, they add free Tory to that. All right. So Meg Thee Stallion's character is at question right now. This is what I'm getting. Meg Thee Stallion's character is at question. Nobody should be worried about nobody's sex life. You heard? It's not so much about the sex life, but I guess being promiscuous on the level of promiscuity that she's on, maybe her judgment's off. That's a reflection on her judgment. That's a reflection on her character. All right. So I guess Meg Thee Stallion's character is on trial. And anytime Meg does something that's considered demoralizing, people more and more want to see Tory Lanez free, as if she's fraudulent, as if her claims against Tory Lanez, they're tainted now because of her character. All right, and your character is always in question in reference to the court, right? People always judge your character because your character gives credence to your morality. All right, basically you're supposed to be morally solid. But if you do anything that's inconsistent with being morally solid, that discredits you. That taints how genuine you are. All right. So nonetheless, you guys, Kendrick, excuse me. You see, we're gonna speak about this Kendrick. We're gonna get to Kendrick real quick. That's how much I want to speak about the Kendrick and Drake issue. Now, with that being said, Meg Thee Stallion, I ain't gonna say that she's in trouble, but I'm gonna pay close attention to Meg Thee Stallion's career. All right, close attention. I don't think that this is over. I'll keep you guys updated, but I think Meg Thee Stallion may have issues in the future, to be quite honest with you. But nonetheless, we're not gonna stay here too long. I just want to unpack that, and we're gonna move forward. Now, what else we got here? And trust me, we're gonna speak about the elephant in the room. You guys are gonna be able to call in. Matter of fact, let me do this right quick. If you guys are in here, make sure you guys are leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? You guys are going to be able to call in and tell me your opinion about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, all right? This battle that's going on, this war that's going on outside, all right? We're all involved. We're all spectators, and I'm curious to hear you guys' opinion. Who won? I know the general consensus. I know the majority of us are saying that Kendrick won the battle. It's obvious. But some of us are opposed to that. And I'm not saying me necessarily, but I have my gripes. I have my opinion. I got things that I want to say, but I want to hear your guys' opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinion. Now, let me put this phone number up here real quick. Bada bing. Bada bing, bada bang. All right. All right, you guys see it. Let me try to fix this number right here. Let me make the number more clear so you guys, for those of you that wear glasses at home, ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, Bada bing. Okay, put this back up. All right. So you guys see the phone number? That's the DSTM. That's the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast phone number. So you guys can call in. All right. Now, let's move. You guys can start calling in. Matter of fact, you guys can start calling. Let's speak about it, because this is going to be in conjunction. This is going to be a segue. We're going to speak about the Gunna and Future. All right. I'm waiting on you guys calling. For right now, let's speak about this Gunna and Future. Now, you guys know Gunna and Future, ever since Gunna so-called snitched on Thugger, which is still I'm still against the ropes with it. I'm still indecisive until I hear Thugger's opinion about the whole situation. Everybody's picking a side about this. Everybody's picking a side, but at the same time, we have not heard the actual person who's being snitched on, the actual person that was that Gunna was disloyal to. We need to hear Thugger's opinion in this whole matter. And until I hear Thugger's opinion, I'm not going to hold too much against Gunna. I know the obvious. I know he admitted to YSL being a gang. I get it. I understand it, right? But I still want to hear Thugger's opinion. Now, as of recently, you guys, Gunna and Future, looks like they're kicking off. It looks like there's something brewing there, all right? And it started off with Future. Now, I never knew Future had an issue with Gunna, but there's a lot of people that have issues with Gunna, though they're not speaking out loud. There's little subliminals, little shots being sent, and some of us can read it. Some of us are aware of it. Some of us are not. But apparently things are starting to bubble over between Gunna and Future. Now, Gunna recently dropped the project. I don't know if Gunna dropped the project today, but Gunna has a project out there. All right. Now, with that being said, recently, Future put up a post, all right? And on this post, this is a Twitter post, all right? Shout out to Future. Shout out to Future Hendrix, all right? The Wizard, whatever you want to call him. Future goes by many different names. Future said, "Fuck your album. Shit ain't slapping like my mixtape." So this is a tweet that Future put out. He said, "Fuck your album. Shit not slapping like my mixtape." Now, apparently, all right, he's shooting down this new project from Gunna. I haven't had a chance to hear the project from Gunna. I don't know if you guys at home had a chance to listen to Gunna's project, but we're not going to deny Gunna and say that his music's not fire. We all know Gunna's music is fire. That's the only thing that saved Gunna's career. Let's be real. That's the only thing that saves any rapper's career that catches the bad end of a deal. As in, like, accusations. Any rapper that has accusations against him that could be career crippling, you have to rap your way out of it. You got to rap your way out of the grave. You got to rap your way out of the cuffs of the general public, all right? Because the general public will condemn you. And that's what Gunna did, ladies and gentlemen. Gunna actually rapped his way out of all the ridicule, out of all the speculation, all right? He rapped his way out. And Gunna makes amazing music. I don't think nobody would deny that. But nonetheless, he has another adversary at hand, all right? It goes by the name of Future. Now, Future, like I said, he said, "Fuck your album. That shit ain't slapping like my mixtape." So that's a direct hit at Gunna. Now, some may beg to differ. There's some people saying that Future's not speaking about Gunna. There's some people that believe that. But some of us actually believe that Gunna. Okay, I see somebody calling in right now, 608 number. That part. Let me pull this up. Let me give Dog a chance. Yo. Say your name. Speak your name, brother.
Yo, this big man. Only thing I get to say about the whole thing is I don't want to have the source and think about everything you said. I want the punches to be more direct.
Okay, so you're speaking in reference to Kendrick Lamar. Let's get to it. All right, you guys. So we're going to speak about this battle. We start. And what's your name once again, brother? Okay, now listen. You're going to have to turn down. You're going to have to turn down your what's the name a little bit. All right? Because it's doubling on the phone. I can hear actually playing back on the phone. But go ahead, Chance. Say your name once more.
It's Victor.
Okay, it's Victor. Shout out to you, champ. I always see you, and I appreciate your support, brother. So go ahead and repeat that one more time for the people if you can. Shout out to Planet, goddammit. You guys make sure you guys are sharing this podcast at home. You guys see the phone number on the bottom. You guys go ahead and call in. Let me know your opinion. We're speaking about Drake and Kendrick right now, all right? On which side of things do you guys land at? All right, I want to hear you guys' opinion at home. So go ahead and repeat that what you just said, Victor.
I mean, it's important to be a battle. I would like for it to be more direct. I don't want to have to go back and dissect and look up and research. I would like the punches to be more direct and not have to dissect everything.
Facts, though. And that was one of my discrepancies, so I agree with you, brother. Kendrick Lamar, you already know he's super intelligent, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We support that on this channel. You guys know I promote nerds. I think we need more nerds in the black community. But in reference to battle rap, all right, it's all about reaching the people. So I agree with you. I feel like Kendrick Lamar with the double and triple entendres and similes and things that, okay, looks like Victor hung up. Shout out to you, Victor. And I definitely agree with you on that. You guys go ahead and call in. Make sure you guys are calling in same way Victor did, all right? I want to hear you guys' opinion on Drake and Gunna. Let me know you guys if you guys were able to hear Victor and Victor's opinion, all right? And once again, I agree with Victor. Kendrick Lamar, a lot of double entendres, triple and double entendres, right? A lot of things that we have to decipher, all right? We have to get the, what do you call that? What do you call it? What was that? The Da Vinci Code? Yeah, we ain't got time for the Da Vinci Code. We ain't got time to pull out calculators and reference and read books, and we don't have time for that. We need you to be direct, all right? We need instant satisfaction. When we're in the club and we're listening to it, or we're at home and we're listening to it, we want instant satisfaction. We don't want to smile and laugh a week later when we get the actual what you was actually saying, right? So the more direct that these artists are, the more entertaining it is to us as the listeners. So Victor, I agree with you, my brother. You guys see the phone number across the bottom. Make sure you guys are calling in. All right, we're speaking about that Drake and the Kendrick. On what side of things are you guys with the Drake and the Kendrick battle at this point? There's a lot of records being broken with this battle. All right, a lot of records. This was very needed, much needed in hip hop. I understand people are saying what they're saying, but this is very much needed in hip hop. All right, I see Planet, goddammit, calling in. Planet, goddammit. Planet, what's happening, my brother? What's going on, champ? Yo, Planet, listen, guys, this is Planet, goddammit, co-host. This is one of my co-hosts off the show. This is the eyes behind my head. So you know Planet was gonna chime in. Now, Planet, let me know what you got on this, man. I want to hear your opinion on this Drake and this Kendrick Lamar. Who do you have in this, and what is your discrepancies with this battle?
Right. Let me basically on this Kendrick Lamar situation right now, man, and this Drake situation, man. My opinion on this right now, Kendrick got this boy by a landslide right now, in my opinion. And Drake has been Drake the whole time in this game. That's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. Drake is a male duck. Obviously, if you look it up in the dictionary, it's a male duck, and y'all been following the male duck this whole time, and he's been tricking us the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But the man has the crew writers going against one man in his pen and his sword. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure it out. Now, what I really want to figure out is what's the problem with the game and your boy from Miami? What's that problem?
Okay, so well. To answer, let me just elaborate on what you said with the you said it was a landslide, right? So you're saying that's a landslide between Drake and Kendrick. What makes so let me ask you, so all those records that Drake created that he dropped, you're not feeling none of those records?
I was feeling them. I'm gonna feel them if I'm in the club. I'm gonna feel them if I'm in the club. If I'm home and I'm really trying to pay attention to the war tactics of it, nah, man, he ain't got no war tactics going behind those records, man. He just trying to make people dance in the club and make people feel on themselves and feel on their nipples like they're at a Diddy party. No pun intended, no Diddy. You know what I'm talking about? But that's how the game been going for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So if you understood, if you really bopping the Drake that hard, we got to start questioning some of these dudes out here. You feel me?
Yeah,
in my opinion.
so you saying if you're listening to Drake, you got to question somebody. That shows a lot about your character. If you're a fan and you listen to Drake, that's what you're alluding to.
Exactly.
It's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. Now,
Behind it.
all right. Now I want to ask you
Don't
something.
shoot the messenger.
Nah, don't shoot them. Never shoot the messenger. Grrr, grrr. Listen, do not shoot the messenger. Now listen, I want to ask you something, right? Never did at any point in this battle do you think Drake took the lead or he had the lead?
He had a smidget of a lead before that. It was a smidget of a lead actually before this. What I wouldn't even say a smidget of a lead. It was actually It was a good event until that last one before Kendrick dropped. You know what I mean? It was actually a good race. It was a neck-to-neck race, like it was the Kentucky Derby all over again. You know what I'm saying? It was a photo finish about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Until Kendrick dropped that West Coast record, and it was just over for that man. And then he tried to drop that follow-up record talking about, you know what I'm saying, he was setting people up for 10 years and this and that. It was clickbait he was doing. And come on, bro. How much clickbait you could do for 10 years? 15 years of clickbaiting in this industry? How much of that's going to really be true? So you got to start analyzing.
Well, you see, I like that you at least being genuine. You're not being biased, right? So at one point, Drake actually did have the lead, all right? And I noticed that you went from smidget to the actual lead. So I know you're not a big fan, Planet. I know you're not a big fan of Drake. You're not a big fan of Drake, so it's big of you to admit that.
I love his singing records. I love the man when he's singing. When he's trying to act like he's a gangster and he's brolic and he's in the streets and he's really popping, I don't respect that side of Drake. I love him as a singer. Stay as Anita Baker, man. Stay Anita Baker. Be that dude, man. No, I don't like him when he's trying to be all on the gangsters and you got 10 niggas that show up at my crib and all that. I don't like that side of Drake. You know what I mean? Keep that side, man.
And I can agree with that. I never liked the Drake's gangster side. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I never liked the Drake's gangster side. And there's a lot of rappers that I don't like their gangster side. And a lot of people think they're gangsters, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about Drake today. All right, so now, with that being said, you spoke about the, what you said you want to know about the Game and the Ross. All right, Game and Ross popping off right now. I don't know what caused it. People are saying that it's clout chasing because there's actually nothing he's going off. And some are saying that this is a problem, a issue that they had in the past. So this spawns from something that happened in the past. And I'm not privy to it in all actuality. So I don't know where this is coming from other than the speculation. But a lot of people are saying that they don't want to see Ross and Game battle. A lot of people are saying that Game is clout chasing with this battle. So I don't think that he's in support. I'm looking on YouTube. He has about 250,000 views, which is not that great in this climate right now with battles. When you're seeing guys like Ross doing 2 million in a day, 3 million in a day, it doesn't look that good. All right. So I don't think the general public is embracing this battle between Game and Ross. Would you like to see that battle?
Honestly, right now, I wouldn't mind to see that battle because I feel he feels a little lonely right now. I feel the Game feels a little lonely. His feelings is hurt. Nobody has been talking about him in the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to feel hurt, kid. It's okay to feel hurt. But when grown folks is playing and making them money, you want to be a part of that, it's okay. Go ahead and try to make your footprint in there, but don't be trying to disrespect if it ain't no need for the disrespect. Go ahead and throw your jabs in and throw your jabs in where they're needed. You know what I'm saying? But if you really just clout chasing, man, you're just a sucker to what this thing is really going to be. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to all the, you know what I'm saying, whoever you run with, you know what I'm saying? But we is who we is down here. You know what I'm saying? We Dade County, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we run.
Dade County on the number line. That pop. All right, so Planet, man, I appreciate your call in, brother. You know what I mean? Leave a comment in the comment section and make sure that you're sharing this podcast, brother. And you can call back in if you want, all right? Moving on to the next caller, brother.
You already know.
All right, one love. Bless up, brother. All right, so you guys, make sure you guys are calling. Like I said, I want to hear you guys' opinion about this whole Kendrick and Drake battle, all right? Because I have my opinions. Now, if you guys don't know, there's been some recent events that took place at Drake's home in Canada. recently Drake's bodyguard was shot. All right. The bodyguard was shot. Also, there was 2 more attempts to get in Drake's home by 2 other individuals. So there's three things that took place at this property in Canada that Drake owns. All right. Some people are contributing this to the weekend. Now, this is all allegedly. All right. We're not here to incriminate nobody, but they're throwing his name around. There's also a member, the guy that goes by the name of Baca. This is Drake's right-hand man. All right, they're saying that's his henchman, his right-hand man. So this nigga, it looks like somebody robbed him. All right, they robbed him. And then there was a drive-by that took place at Drake's house in Canada, the mansion, in which the bodyguard was shot in the process. All right, so they call it a drive-by. I don't know how you drive by in $1 million residential neighborhood, multi-million-dollar home. I don't know how does a drive-by work in those areas. I'm confused at this point, right? That means that Drake has some real issues. If somebody's willing to drive all the way out to this rich, I don't know how it works in Canada, but you can't really do that in America. You can't drive to a Western, to these type of communities and just shoot up a mansion. It don't work like that, but apparently it works like that in Canada, all right? Now, there's 2 more attempts that took place after the bodyguard was shot, all right? 2 men were seen trying to get into Drake's home. I don't know what caused this. Some are saying that this spawned from Kendrick Lamar putting Drake's address on the internet, all right? You guys remember Kendrick Lamar put Drake's address in which they identified the home as a PDF file. We're going to watch the words we use on YouTube, all right? Because these words on YouTube, they don't allow them. You can get demonetized with that. So it's a PDF file. Let's just say that. Hope you guys are picking up what I'm saying. With that being said, they show that this is a sex offender type of home that a sex offender lives at this location. All right. So some are saying this is happening as a result of Kendrick Lamar putting Drake's address online. All right. Not 1, not 2, but 3 attempts on Drake's home in Canada, his mansion. So now, we were seeing Drake has property throughout the U.S. All right, Drake has plenty property throughout the U.S. And what we're seeing is Drake is actually selling his mansions, selling his properties in the U.S. All right. He had an $88 million mansion in which it's sold at this point. It's sold. It looks like people don't care about the background of the property. People are going to purchase real estate. Real estate is always going to be lucrative in America as well as the world, obviously. So somebody found that it would be lucrative to purchase that property, in which they did. But I'm being told that Drake is selling all his properties. Now, people are saying that Drake's making a run for it, all right? Because there's a lot of allegations being brought against Drake at this time. Now, this is all spawning from the Kendrick Lamar situation. And this is what I was saying about this whole dissing, this whole melee this whole battle between Drake, just battling, period. It's all about opening skeletons, opening people's closets, all right? You got to hit people with things that they're going to feel pressure from months down the line, years down the line. That's why when I was judging Chris Brown, and not to speak about the Chris Brown and Quavo beef, but Quavo was making some allegations about Chris Brown that the general public, that's the consensus, right? That Chris Brown puts his hands on women. So though Chris Brown was talking about putting his hands on Quavo, Quavo was saying actual things that are documented about Chris Brown. So it's all about this. When we're battling, I can say things that'll hurt you today, but I want to say things that's going to hurt you in the future. It's called the death blow. The death blow. And I think Kendrick Lamar gave Drake the death blow, because it looks like Drake is selling all his properties, all right? He's getting out of the U.S. at this moment, all right? They're saying that Canada, the age limit is 16, all right? Unlike America, the federal age limit is 18. Though different states have 16 that you could have dealings with a 17 or 16-year-old, it's not legal federal-wise. Federal law, it's 18. So the feds can always step in. Same way as marijuana is not legal federally. At any point in time, if the feds feel necessary, they can prosecute anybody, all right? Bypassing state laws. So I think that Drake obviously is aware of that, and that's why Drake's selling all his properties. So they're saying Champagne Papi's on the run at this moment. Now you have Champagne Papi's in Canada. Now they're saying that Champagne is going to eventually have to sell this home in Canada. Because if you got people rushing your residence, you got bodyguards getting shot, you have random people trying to run inside of your home, it's safe to say that everybody knows that location, and that location is no longer safe. Now, you could do things to protect yourself. You could put armed guards at different strategic points throughout the property. Cool. But at the same time, it's no longer safe. So anybody that goes to visit Drake, I'm pretty sure Drake's mom comes to the property. Drake's son comes to the property. Drake's loved ones come to the property. Drake's friends come to that property. But would you invite people to your property knowing that your property is not safe? Would you feel comfortable having your son run through your mansion knowing that bullets can fly through that mansion at any moment? Knowing that intruders are knocking at the door, they're trying to get in the property? Would you feel safe having events at this property? I don't think so. So a lot of people are speculating that Drake is going to have to sell this big-ass mansion in Canada. They're saying that Drake is going to sell the mansion in Canada. All right? I can see that actually happening. And you guys, Drake, it looks like Kendrick has hit Drake with the death blow. Right now, there's a lot of background check on Drake. Right now, people are doing their homework on Drake. I don't know if it's just, I think the police are doing their homework on Drake. The general public is doing their homework on Drake. And you know the general public, they investigate harder than the police. The bloggers, the people in the comments, the people at home, they investigate harder than the police. They're actually breaking cases for the police. The police look towards the internet now to solve cases. So before they even embark on doing their research, they're looking at what the bloggers are saying. They're looking at what the people are saying. And they're using that information and verifying that information. But that's their starting point. All right? So right now, it seems like there's an investigation on Drake that's currently happening, all right, in real time. And Drake is aware of that. So when you guys see that Drake gracefully bowed out, I know you guys, it was kind of weird the way Drake gracefully bowed out of this competition, as if the competition was beneath him. As if Kendrick Lamar's attempt his attempt wasn't good enough. As if he's just done playing basketball and he's gonna leave the court with his ball. You know how kids, you done playing, you don't want to play no more, so you leave the court with the ball. That's basically what Drake did. Drake doesn't want to battle with Kendrick no longer, and I think it's on the heels of all these new allegations against him. Kendrick is a dirty motherfucker. Let me tell you something. Kendrick Lamar, those allegations is what's killing Drake. All right? Those allegations. There's a lot of things that Kendrick said that was not true. All right? Shout out to Paul Bizzle in the building. Another brother of mine. Peace, family. All right? Bizzle, do me a favor. Share this podcast for me. Everybody at home should be sharing this podcast. You guys see the phone number going across the screen. You guys can call in and tell me your opinion. I want to hear your opinion at home about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle. Who do you guys have in this battle? Also, we could speak about Game, and we could speak about this new thing that just happened between Game and Ross. Apparently, Game is trying to brew up a battle between him and Ross. So I don't know if Ross is gonna bite, but I know one thing: Ross has responded. Now, Ross has responded to Game, and in a typical Ross fashion. When Ross responds to anybody, it's a rich man's response. All right. Ross has a rich man's approach to beef. He's laughing. Ross is seen laughing uncontrollably. He's laughing at Game. He's alluding to that Game is hungry. Game is not eating out here. This is what Ross is saying, all right? Ross was seen responding to Game, all right, in which Ross has a bowl. It's a bowl, right? It looks like a porcelain bowl, shiny bowl, right? The bowl, not a normal bowl. In a typical Ross fashion, it's a Louis Vuitton bowl. So Ross eats cereal out of a Louis Vuitton bowl. Rich nigga beef, rich nigga battle, all right? So anytime Ross responds, he's responding from a rich nigga's point of view, POV, all right? Rich nigga point of view. That needs to be a new hashtag, rich nigga point of view. It's a different point of view. Rich people look at things different than a poor person, than a middle class person. Rich people have a different perspective. It's called a rich nigga point of view. And that's the approach that Ross takes. So Ross is seen online. Ross is responding to Game, in which Ross has a bowl. It's a porcelain bowl matching his porcelain teeth. You know, he has those new veneers that he went to Colombia and he bought Christina Mack. I think he bought, I don't know who, he brought somebody with him, in which I think he bought them teeth also. But Ross is seen with his teeth shining just like the porcelain Louis Vuitton bowl. How ironic, the teeth was as shiny as the bowl. I have to make that observation known, all right? So now, you guys know, Game had to respond, all right? Game is no stranger to battling. You guys know Game with his, how many bars, how many 100 bars, how many 300 bars that he went against G-Unit? Some would even say that Drake is responsible, Game, the rapper The Game, is responsible for dismantling G-Unit. Some would even say that Game is responsible for the downfall of G-Unit with that whole G-U-Not campaign, all right? He had everybody wearing shirts, G-U-Not, all right? Everybody that opposed 50 took that opportunity when Game went against G-Unit, all right? So, like I said, Game is no stranger to beefing. So, Game wants pressure with Ross. Now, Game responded to Ross. After Ross showed the porcelain bowl, the Louis Vuitton bowl, what did Game do? I know Game had to really think how he's going to come back at a rich man. This is a rich man war. It's a rich nigga point of view, all right? So, in a Ross fashion, he followed the lead, in which Game responded with a Louis Vuitton bag also. If you guys look on Game's IG, his story, Game has a Louis Vuitton punching bag. I've never seen a Louis Vuitton punching bag in my life. That's amazing. That was beautiful. An actual Louis Vuitton punching bag, in which he said, since Ross don't want to battle, I guess we battling with Louis Vuitton. So that was his little comeback, all right? Nice try. I'm entertained. I'm entertained, I will admit. But what I would say is, I don't think Ross, I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys want to see a Ross and Game battle? Do you guys at home want to see a Ross and Game battle? Now listen, you guys, once again, this is episode number 85, all right? Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. We're 15 episodes away from episode 100. That part. I need everybody to share this podcast. Everybody should be hitting the like button. Don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher. That's just a hater. And don't be one of these, ladies and gentlemen, that's a peeping Tom. Don't go to jail. You won't find out what they do to peeping Toms. All right? And we don't accept peeping Toms here. So make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Make sure you guys are smashing your subscription buttons. All right? That part. And turn your notification bells on. And hit that like button. Show that you got manners and hit the like button. That part. Now, I want to hear you guys' opinion. Who do you guys have in this battle between Kendrick? You guys see the phone number across the bottom. You guys can call in at any time, all right? Let me know. And there's a lot of people during the week. I want to see them calling today. I let a lot of you guys know. A lot of you guys had things to say about it in my comment section. I made some posts on Facebook. I made some posts in which people disagreed with me, right? Now, I'm not the type of person that's going to be in the comment section going back and forth, because I want to express myself and I don't want to sit there writing paragraphs, writing a whole book. I'd rather speak verbally. It's the same thing with girls. And you know, with the texting, I'm not a big texter. I'm verbal. So now is the time for you guys to call in and let me know your opinion about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle. And also, do you guys want to see a Ross and Game battle? All right, because this is what's brewing right now. Game is trying to bait Ross, and I don't know if Ross going to fall for the bait. He semi-did, because he is responding in a Ross fashion, in a Ross typical fashion, through IG. You guys know Ross runs IG, all right? He figured out the glitch in the Matrix. Fat Boy knows the glitch in the Matrix, all right? He's killing niggas on IG. Ross knows how to troll, all right? And it's funny how Ross and 50 got their issues, but they both great trollers, all right? That's the irony. Sometimes niggas don't get along because they're that much alike. And I noticed that sometimes I might not get along with somebody because we're that much alike. So it takes a little time to adjust, right? Because sometimes somebody's hitting you with your own medicine. You're not used to looking at yourself in the mirror and going against yourself. That part. Now, you guys, make sure you guys share this podcast. Everybody that's watching it right now should be sharing this podcast. I need everybody to get acclimated, all right? I don't care if we got 7 or 10 people in the building or we got 1,000 people in the building. I need you guys to share this podcast with your loved ones and your friends. All right, that part. L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 85. All right, you guys, listen, this week was amazing. There's more to speak about. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar with these numbers, all right? Kendrick Lamar, all right, you guys. Kendrick Lamar is on the charts. Kendrick Lamar has 4 songs on the charts, all right? 4 songs. All 4 diss records that he created for Drake is on the charts, all right? Now, if you're familiar with the records, Not Like Us, which he recently dropped. Euphoria. I wasn't a big fan of Euphoria, but nonetheless, he dropped Euphoria. Like That. I'm a big fan of Like That. That's the record that kicked off all this. And to me, Like That is the better record. It's the best record throughout all these battles. Like That is the best record. To this day, I still feel like that. All right. And also the 4th one was Meet the Grams. I'm not a big fan of Meet the Grams. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't a fan of Meet the Grams and I wasn't a fan of Euphoria. That's all the metaphor raps and the double entendres and woo-de-woo. I get lost in that. All right. And mind you guys, listen, and I had to tell somebody that. Don't think for 1 minute that I'm not grasping what Kendrick Lamar's saying. No, it's not that, Chico. No, it's not that. Listen, I understand everything Kendrick Lamar is saying. But if I have to sit there and study what you're saying, it takes away from the instant gratification. I want to laugh. I want to joke. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be entertained an hour later like, oh, he did say that. Oh, I get it now. No. But I get everything he's saying. I'm super intelligent. If you don't know, I'm very intelligent. I grasp everything that he's saying. It's not that he's saying what he's saying is going over my head. It's taking too long to decipher for me to get a real enjoyment out of it. And that's the issue. All right. Now, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button once again. Like I said, all 4 records. All right. So, Not Like Us, Euphoria, Like That, and Meet the Grams. All right. Also, this battle right here, let me make this clear. I want everybody to understand this, all right? To all the viewers at home, all right? Shout out to everybody that's listening on Apple Podcasts. Shout out to everybody in Twitter land. Shout out to everybody in Facebook land. And also shout out to everybody on YouTube. Now, you guys, there's a lot of records that's been broken ever since this battle. This battle is bigger than Drake and Kendrick. This battle is bigger than, the battles are bigger than Quavo and Chris Brown. It's bigger than Ross. This is about hip hop. Let's make this clear. There's no losers here. Out of everybody that's participating in this battle, there's no losers here. Hip hop is winning, and hip hop needed this. There's a lot of records that are being broken. I don't know if you guys are witnessing and watching this in real time, but everybody will notice in the future, all right? There's records being broken, streaming records being broken, chart records being broken. Hip-hop is breaking records once more. And I recall last year, hip-hop wasn't breaking records last year. Hip-hop wasn't breaking. Remember, last year they were screaming Afro beats. Afro beats everywhere. The shadow of Afro beats lurking in the dark. Everywhere you turn, you look over your shoulder, it's Afro beats playing, all right? I don't hear no more Afro beats. When I listen to the radio, I don't hear Afro beats no more. And I love Afro beats, don't get it twisted. But I don't like the way people try to play hip hop. And it's unfortunate that they had to pin Afro beats and hip hop because they're both black art forms. So I support both art forms. But I don't like the way they was trying to shun hip hop. Now, you guys, I want to make this clear. There's a lot of people that like hip hop. There's some casual hip hop fans. There's some people that like hip hop, but not a lot of people love hip hop. Not a lot of people are here to preserve hip hop or are concerned about hip hop being preserved. You see, hip hop became popularized. And once hip hop got popularized, there's a lot of casual listeners out there. But the thing is, when you have casual listeners, they don't care about the details. They don't care about the integrity of hip hop. They don't care about battle rap. They don't care about originality. They care about how popular that record is and can they get jiggy with the record. That's the casual listener. So when you're seeing these battles coming in, this battle it's reinstilling the integrity in hip hop. Hip hop is breaking records. Hip hop is now back on the radar of execs. What you guys think the execs are doing right now? The execs are rubbing their hands like Birdman right now. All those hip-hop execs, record label execs, industry execs, they're rubbing their hand like Birdman right now. Hip-hop is looking very scrumptious. It's looking like looking like niggas is about to put hip-hop on that plate. Everybody's about to start eating, all right? And hip-hop is the meal. Hip-hop is the main course in the industry. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of record execs breaking their neck to try to incorporate this within their formula, recruiting more or initiating these type of battles, creating artificial battles just to create revenue. Hip hop is bringing revenue once again. Revenue pouring in. The records are being broken. All right. So first of all, Kendrick Lamar is breaking Spotify records for 2024, the most streams in a day. All right. He broke that record. Now they're saying that Kendrick Lamar has the most streams ever in a day for a hip hop artist. So he broke his record twice. Let me make this clear. Kendrick Lamar has broken Spotify records. That's not just a win for Kendrick. That is an overall win for hip hop. Hip hop is winning in the executive room now. All right? Hip hop is bringing in revenue. Niggas is eating once again. So this is where you guys have to make sure to preserve the art form. When I'm speaking about hip hop, I'm a hip hop baby. I'm not a casual listener. So when I'm talking about hip hop, I'm talking about the integrity of hip hop. Let's make this clear. There's nothing casual about my relationship with hip hop. I love the culture, all right? So I see people don't want to see this battling and stuff like that. Listen, the battling has to go on. I know a lot of people didn't want to see Champagne Papi looking down bad. I didn't want to see that happen to Champagne Papi. I'm going to be honest with you. Initially, when I seen Drake and how Drake is going out, what they're doing to Drake, initially, I was sad for Drake. I felt a little sad for Drake. But check it out. You can't have feelings when it comes to doing the right thing. We got to detach our feelings from Drake. We can't emotionally be attached to these artists. Hip-hop is an art form that's constantly refining itself. It's constantly cleansing itself. And if Drake is removed from hip-hop, it's because he was a cancer. Don't shoot a messenger. Listen, if Champagne Papi gets removed from hip-hop, it's because he was a cancer. I know people don't want to hear this at home, but we got to have this conversation. Earlier this year when I told you guys that Drake was catering to the younger crowd, not that many people agreed with me. Drake painting his nails. Drake running around the city with Yachty, claiming that Yachty's his best friend. Drake seen with barrettes in his hair and hairpins, all right? Colorful hairpins. Drake making music, Tootsie rolling, making music for the younger generation. Drake was chasing numbers. So it's to the point that he compromised his morality. I'm getting somewhere here. You see, in hip-hop, when you start chasing numbers, you jeopardize your integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, in hip-hop, when you start chasing numbers, when you create something solely for the purpose of numbers, when you create a song solely for numbers, Drake's chasing records, man. Drake wants, it's safe to say, this is safe to say. This is through my observation. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to agree with me. Drake is chasing numbers. Drake wants to be the greatest of all time. And he wants that to reflect in sales, in streams, in units. So this is why Drake is creating all these songs. This is why Drake is constantly catering to the younger generation. This is why Drake refuses to grow up. Listen, Champagne Papi refuses to grow up. The kid don't want to grow up. He knows the value in catering to the younger generation. So when you guys see Drake is making all this music, it's not genuine at times. A lot of times he's chasing the new sound. Drake chases the new sound so he can remain at the forefront. Now, I'm not saying other rappers don't use his tactics, but Drake seems like he's real passionate and he's using every tactic that he can to remain relevant. But with that being said, his integrity is being compromised. And that's not good for hip-hop. That's not good for hip-hop. Hip-hop, we want to sell records, of course. Yes, it is an element there. You have to have record sales. But hip-hop wasn't always the popular art form. All right? And with that being said, hip-hop had integrity. Since hip-hop got popularized, and hip-hop is considered the new pop is hip-hop. Remember Britney Spears and them, they were pop. No, hip-hop is the new pop. All right? And Drake is chasing numbers. Drake right now is he's chasing a thing with the Beatles. There's something about Drake and the Beatles, and you know he already broke some of the Beatles records. So okay, they say that Drake is less than 2 billion streams away from breaking the Beatles records. The Beatles, who have the all-time record, all right, of the most streams. The Beatles have the all-time most streams ever in the streaming since the inception of streaming. They're saying Drake is 2 billion short of breaking that record. And that's the issue. Drake's chasing numbers. I'm pretty sure that Drake's aware of that. He's deliberately, his next projects that he put out, he's going to make sure that he breaks that record. He's going to make sure that he makes that soft music. He's going to make sure that he makes that dance music. He's going to make sure that he dresses like a little kid. He's going to make sure that he's hanging around little kids. Because you know the little kids are the ones that are streaming these records, right? The little kids, whether it be black or white America, middle class America, these are the people that are streaming his records. These are the people that are buying his records. And Drake is cognizant of that. And that's my problem with Drake, ladies and gentlemen. Drake is chasing numbers to the point that he compromises his integrity, his morality. And now his morality is being judged, they're holding court. The general public is holding court on Drake at this moment. I don't know what Champagne Papi is going to do. I did not expect this. But if we have to cleanse Drake out of hip-hop, I'm sad to say, if it has to happen, it has to happen. We cannot be emotionally attached to artists, especially when it's detrimental to the art form, to the culture of hip-hop, or just black people in general, or the world in general, right? We can't be emotionally attached to people when they're a cancer. And what Drake is doing as an artist, he's talking gangster. I don't agree with Drake's gangster. Same thing. My brother Planet, the eyes behind my head. I agree with Planet. I've been said this. All right. Drake chasing numbers. Drake talking gangster. 21 Savage is the one that told Drake to talk gangster. I remember 21 Savage was the one that was persuading Drake, pushing Drake to talk more greasy. When Drake starts talking greasy, I'm not feeling it. Let me tell you something. I'm really from the streets. Like, really from the streets. So when I see a gangster, I know what a real gangster is. I know niggas that's really stand on business. Drake does not strike me as a person that stands on business. Every time I hear Drake has an encounter with somebody, he's somewhat the victim. Don't shoot the messenger. And listen, I'm not condemning Drake. Don't get it twisted. But we have to speak about this. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, and we can't be partial to nobody. All right? I'm not emotionally attached to nobody. I have no horse in this race. I'm on the side of hip-hop with this one, all right? And today's topic is Drake. Drake, we talking gangster. I don't see Drake having a gangster bone in his body. I heard Puff slap the shit out of Drake. When I hear niggas calling out Drake's name, who saved Drake? I recall Jay Prince running to Drake's rescue. Every time Drake had an issue with a gangster, anytime Drake had pressure, Jay Prince had to step to his rescue. He had to run to his rescue. I don't see Jay Prince in this scenario. For some reason, Jay Prince is not in this beef. I don't know what happened to Jay Prince. And to be honest with you, what happened to all Drake's allies? None of Drake's allies are stepping up for Drake. I think that's what Game is doing in a weird, indirect way, because you would think that he would be on the side of Kendrick Lamar. So why are you beefing with Ross? Because Ross is on the side of Kendrick Lamar? You would think that, but I think that that's what the Game is doing. I think the Game is running to Drake's rescue. But where's Drake's allies? I don't see Drake's allies. It looks like Puffy has more allies than Drake. It's seeming like Diddy has more allies than Drake at this moment. Where's Drake's friends? Where's all these people that Drake gave the stimulus package to? There's a lot of people that Drake saved their careers, or he spawned their careers. He catapulted their career. It's called a Champagne Poppy stimulus package. Once you got a Drake feature, you're solidified. Period. There's not that many artists that can give you that cosign. There's some big artists, well-known artists, that I see them do a song or they're a feature on somebody's record and that person still doesn't reach stardom. Unlike Champagne Poppy. When you guys have a champagne, when rappers get a Champagne Poppy feature, they're gone. They're catapulted into success. Drake is that nigga, nonetheless. So where's all these niggas that Drake did a feature with? Where's all the people that Drake did features for? Everybody that benefited from the Drake stimulus package, where are they at? That's what I'm curious to know. And that's what Drake needs to ask them. Drake needs to be in their DM. Drake needs to be calling niggas out, to be honest with you. That's what Drake needs to do. But nonetheless, it looks like Drake's going to lay low. Judging by the looks of things, it looks like Drake is trying to lay low. I don't think that Drake is going to be able to break those records no longer. I don't think that Drake is going to be able to cater to the young generation like he did. Drake can't even be seen around a young girl right now. Right now, Drake can't even be seen around a 22-year-old. And 22 is legal. But that's just going to give more credence to the allegations against him. Drake has to really watch how... Drake got to walk light. He's walking on eggshells. He needs to walk light at this moment. We see what happened to Diddy. Obviously, they have no problem with bringing these men down. And they all have one thing in common. They all have that same thing, that same commonality, all right? And this is what's going on in the climate of the music industry. You guys know about the music industry. You guys know about Hollywood. You know what goes down, all right? I'm pretty sure there's way more people that could be on the list also, right? But nonetheless, I didn't see this coming to Drake, man. And we're supporters of Drake. Big shout out to Champagne Poppy. There's a lot of allegations. All right. Some of the things are not true when they're talking about Drake had another daughter and stuff like that. I think they debunked that. I don't think that Drake actually has an outside daughter. Yeah, I know it worked with Adonis, but it's not going to work again. All right. God said he'll never flood the earth twice. That part. So there's a lot of allegations against Drake that are not necessarily true. And this is the genius behind what Kendrick Lamar is doing. Kendrick Lamar is a lot of speculation, right? And now I'm not saying what Kendrick Lamar, there's no credence to what he's saying. I'm not saying there's no validity to what he's saying. But some of these things have yet to be proven, and obviously some of these things are just not true. But nonetheless, you look at Drake's track record. He's always getting at these women. Drake is a woman's man, but he kind of like, it's looking like he's a bit obsessive. A bit obsessive with the women. Let's be clear, this is all about women, guys. All this beef that Drake got with Future and woo-de-woo, this is about women. This is about Drake watching another nigga's woman. So when you're around Drake and you got your woman around you, you're assuming that Drake probably wants to take a crack at your bitch. So really, Drake is falling victim to a woman right now. And that's the same scenario with Tory Lanez. That's the irony. Tory Lanez was trying to do how would you say? Tory Lanez was trying to hit a triple-double. Tory Lanez hit Megan, he hit Kelsey, and he was trying to hit Kylie Jenner. All right? That was a triple-double. That's what happened. That's why Tory Lanez is locked up for pussy. All right? He was trying to knock down Kylie Jenner, which would have been a triple-double. You knocked down two best friends and an associate. That part. And in the player realm, that's points on the board. All right? Yeah, we players. We keep points out here, all right? But we got to watch our player shit. Especially you high-profile celebrities. This is what's going on. All right? So shout out to Champagne Papi nonetheless. And I'm hoping that none of this stuff is true. I see a lot of girls that are standing up for Champagne. So this is a little bit different. A lot of the allegations that they had against Drake, a lot of girls are coming forward and saying that they had no relations with Drake. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing out there that's contrary to that. But what I'm saying is Drake is looking a little bit better. I seen a couple girls came up. A couple girls have came on the internet and said there's nothing between them and Champagne Papi. Now, I don't know if Drake's people contacted these girls. I don't know if Drake influenced these girls to say this. I don't know. But one thing I do know, there's some women that are speaking on behalf of Drake that Drake was accused of trying to get at. All right? So shout out to those that are vindicating this man at this moment. All right? But nonetheless, Drake is still under fire. Yeah, Drake is under fire. Champagne Papi's in trouble. Champagne Papi's career is in jeopardy at this moment. Champagne Papi's his livelihood is in jeopardy at this moment. All right, this whole nigga's shooting his bodyguard, making attempts to run up in the man's home. Yeah, Drake's livelihood is in jeopardy. Now there's a lot that's happening for 224. We didn't expect this for 224. Shout out to the salute to Cat Williams. All right, big up to Cat Williams for that. You guys, once again, make sure you guys hit that like button. That part, L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 85. The incomparable, the author imitator cannot be duplicated. L.O.T.S Approved, Lord of the Streets, Learning off the Streets, Living off the Streets. That part, Public Enemy number 1, Top Op. You heard me? That part. Make sure you guys share this podcast. And please do not leave out of here without hitting that like button. You guys see the phone number at the bottom of the screen. You guys can call in and let me know your opinion about this beef. Now, I should have did this earlier, to be honest with you, because it's coming towards the end of the beef. Obviously, Drake has bowed out, but Drake is still dropping subliminals. So we're not going to count Champagne out completely. I don't think it's Drake-like to drop out like that. I think Drake should drop another record. I think it's safe for Drake to drop another record. This needs to continue, all right? But I guess we're all going to see in the near future. I seen Drake put another post up too. So don't be surprised if Drake has something under his sleeve, an ace hidden under his sleeve. That part, all right? Big up to Drake nonetheless. And like I said before, Gunna and Future looks like they're going at it. And like I didn't finish that, but like I said, Future, just to segue, more beef. Future going at Gunna. He said, fuck that album. That shit ain't slapping like my mixtape. So Future has a mixtape. You guys know we love Future's mixtapes. Fire. And you guys know we also enjoy Gunna's music, despite all the allegations against him and all the ridicule that he's subjected to, all right? I'm still a fan of Gunna's music, all right? I'm not a fan of a man. When it comes to rappers, I'm not a fan of them personally, their personal life. I'm a fan of their music. All right, and I'm not a fanatic, so I'm not even necessarily a fan, all right? But I'm a supporter, let's say that, all right? With that being said, Gunna did reply. For the record, Gunna did reply to Future. in which he replies, fuck what these boys talking about. So apparently Gunna is replying to Future. So Gunna's sticking up for himself. And I'm pretty sure as time progresses, Gunna, aka Wanna with a W, he's gonna start more and more speaking up against people that are speaking against him. I think that's what's gonna be happening in the future. Hey, stop shaking things up, man. The dogs is moving around here. Like I said, you guys, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. All right. And I think that's it for the most part. But I want to end off with this. All right. I want to speak about Meek Mill. Meek Mill, he went on IG, or I don't know if it's IG, I think it was IG, in which that Meek Mill said that he made an observation. I never thought that Meek Mill would make this observation. I never thought that Meek Mill would be man enough to admit this. All right. This is the inevitable. Everybody took notice of this. This is what people say about Meek Mill in these days. All right. In which Meek Mill, he's finally admitted that his public relations are fucked up. All right? Let me see here. Meek Mill admits his PR has been off the past 2 years. All right? And we ain't going to spend long on that. That's just the irony. Shout out to Meek Mill. Meek Mill finally admitting that his PR, his public relations, has been off for the past 2 years. And he's saying that they've mutated his image in the general public. All right? And I think we all can agree with that. Nonetheless, shout out to Meek Mill. For future reference, my brother, stay your ass off of social networks. Stop responding to shit. You know what I mean? And keep doing your prison reform and keep doing your philanthropy out here. Shout out to Meek Mill. Nonetheless, and I agree with Meek Mill. You make good music. You're a great artist, all right? And you're doing some great things out here. But you're a little bit too vocal when it comes to politics, and it's not working in your favor, brother. So follow your own advice. Follow your observation and come up with a solution. And your best solution would be to refrain from speaking on public matters unless it's something that has to do with laws in the country. All right? Right now, you're an activist. You still can rap. I'm not saying that you're an activist and you can't talk gangster. I'm not one of those. I think you should be able to make your music and still be able to be relevant in your community and be an activist. You don't necessarily have to stop making that type of music. Just because you're an activist, that don't mean, just because an actor is an activist, that doesn't mean that they cannot act in a gangster movie. That doesn't mean that. That's not fair. All right, rapping is entertainment. He raps, he's a gangster rapper. He's gonna do that. But also, behind the scenes, in his personal life, he's an activist. He's doing things that we need in the black community. All right? Shout out to Meek Mill. And he deserves his flowers. Contrary to public's, to how the public antagonizes this man and targets him. Meek Mill needs his flowers. One thing that the internet can be very abrasive. The internet can be very biased. The internet can be used as a weapon. It can be weaponized. And that's what you're seeing with Meek Mill, all right? They're targeting Meek Mill and they're tearing him down. And he's not making it no better with his responses, all right? So Meek, fall back, brother, but great observation. All right, also, did we speak about that, the Shaq and Shannon Sharp? All right. We're going to end off with this. You guys know about Shaquille O'Neal. Shout out to Shaq. Shaq has been seen going on in everybody's DM. There's a couple things I want to speak about Shaq, all right? Shaq was seen in everybody's DM. Now, you guys know I'm not a big fan of Shaq, and until I heard the story about him, how he chose not to put out the shoe at Reebok or stop producing the shoe at Reebok, or he made that shoe at Walmart, woo-de-woo, and he decided to make a shoe cheaper for people to afford, in which he had to basically, how would you say? He had to sacrifice the potential revenue he could have made by making a less pricey shoe. All right? Shout out to Shaq. So that what made me not necessarily a fan of Shaq, but I started holding seeing Shaq in a different light. But now it looks like things may be changing, all right? First of all, you guys, a lot of people are saying that Shaq is being seen in different women's DMs. And these women are young of age, 22. Recently, there's a picture seen online with Shaq having a vacation. You know Shaq is worth $1 billion. And what do rich people do? They take vacations. So nonetheless, Shaq is on some island, some elite secluded island, and he's seen holding on to a pretty young thing. Now this there's a pattern here with Shaq that I'm seeing, and I want to speak about this. He's not breaking the law, but there's an observation there. Shaq is being seen with younger women. Shaq is in younger women's DMs. You remember that Home Depot, when they say Shaq got at that Home Depot girl. Now, I don't know if Shaq is smooth, because Shaq is a smooth player. Shaq is being accused of getting at these young women, and he's doing things to dispel it. He did a rap video in Home Depot. Shaq is seen rapping in Home Depot. That was very tactical, very strategic. And I'm calling a spade a spade. Shout out to Shaq. I know he's an officer in Miami, all right? We seen Shaq, superhero, jump out the car when niggas was doing some, I think it was like gay bashing. There was some gentleman out there that was giving some gay individuals a hard time. And Shaq ran out like a hero to save the man's life. Shaq is an officer, if y'all didn't know, in Miami, Florida, all right? But nonetheless, Shaq is seen in different women's DMs. They're saying that Shaq is going at younger women. Now, once again, this is allegations. There hasn't been a woman that came forward yet. I think that girl from Home Depot did come forward, but I'm not sure. So I don't want to speculate. You know what I mean? Especially that Shaq is an officer. We don't want to do that. But Shaq is being seen in different young ladies' DMs. So apparently Shaq likes them young. There's a pattern there. And when you see a pattern of the same thing, after a while, if it looked like a duck, it walked like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it is a duck, all right? We're going to call a spade a spade. So Shaq is seen with a pattern there hollering at young ladies. Now, that's something that we're going to see in the future. I don't know if this is going to unravel, but the truth always comes to the light. And it looks like nobody's safe out here. Ever since you see what's going on with Puff, the Weinsteins, and all these different things, nobody's safe out here. So Shaq, you definitely not safe out here. All right. But nonetheless, you guys, they're not saying that Shaq is hollering at women under 18. All right. Though these are young ladies, 21, 20, they're legal. All right. But there's a pattern there with Shaquille O'Neal hollering at younger women. And I know some people at home feel like that's inappropriate. All right. And I'm curious to know you guys' opinion. We need to have a podcast on that. I'm going to have this with a young lady. This is a great subject that we're going to speak about on my other channel, Raise the Frequency. We're going to speak about that. Men dating young women versus older women. Older men dating young women versus older women dating young men. All right. We're going to speak that. It's a great topic. All right. Nonetheless. Now, Shaq, on another note, this is a segue. Shaq recently had an argument with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know if you guys know Shannon Sharpe. He has this podcast called The Shay Shay Club. Congratulations to Shannon Sharpe on The Shay Shay Club. Very successful podcast, all right? Ever since the inception of it, it's a very successful. And obviously, a stimulus package was provided through Cat Williams. Cat Williams had the biggest podcast views I've seen in a while with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know if anybody on YouTube had that many views within that amount of time. If anybody else was able to do that. But I know one thing. Cat Williams, he set the tempo for 2024. Cat Williams has set the tempo for 2024. And people were saying that he cannot be, he's not going to be overshadowed. He can't be outperformed. We're trying to see what's going to be bigger than Cat Williams being on Shannon Sharpe's Shay Shay Club. Now, recently, Shannon Sharpe spoke on Shaq, all right? Shannon Sharpe made an observation. Shannon Sharpe said that Shaq is not considered a GOAT. Now, every time they bring up the GOAT conversation, you guys know the usual players in the GOAT conversation, starting with the number one, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's in that GOAT conversation, that part. Kobe Bryant is in that GOAT conversation. Let's make this clear. Rest in peace to Kobe. All right, and his daughter. LeBron James is in that GOAT conversation. That part. Russell Williams is in that GOAT conversation. Bill Russell. I apologize. Bill Russell. Sheesh. That's the GOAT conversations. But you've never heard Shaquille O'Neal in the GOAT conversation. So, with that being said, Shannon Sharpe made an observation on the Shay Shay Club. He spoke about Shaq. Now, Shaq has been recorded scenes being saying that Shaq said that he didn't put his 100% effort into playing basketball. Shaq self-admitted that. And Shannon Sharpe is questioning Shaq's work ethic. Shannon Sharpe is saying that Shaq did not work as hard as him in football. And that is the reason why Shaq didn't accomplish and have the accolades that he should have for a man of his stature. Now, some would see that as a diss. Some could say that's a compliment. Or could just look at it as just an observation. But obviously, Shaq did not approve of that observation of him. All right? In which Shaquille O'Neal, he chimed in. Shaq chimed in on Shannon Sharpe. All right? He had some words to say for Shannon Sharpe. Let me see if I can pull this up here too, because we're gonna end off with this. I wanna definitely speak about this. Hold on, wait one moment. Bada bing, bada bang. Hold up. All right, let's see if we can find this. What Shaq said to Shannon Sharpe. All right, I found it. Now, you guys, this is what Shaq said to Shannon Sharpe. In response to Sharpe saying that Shaq should have way more accolades for a man of his stature. All right, Shaq said, "You took me sticking up for Shay as jealousy of Joker. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Wow. Don't forget, I don't know what you did to get where you at. Me jealous? Sounds like you jealous. I know you're trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. Hold up, Shaq. Don't be dissing podcasts. We don't believe you. You need more people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals, MVP, top 50, and top 75, Google me. And to be quite frank, all this new success you still under me. You don't know my work ethic. But according, I work less. I guess he supposed to say according to you. But according, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this shit. Love always, the most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you. And in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. G14 classification, I have it. You don't. Not in my profession. And he said some other things there also, which I can't see right now. So you guys see that Shaq, obviously, he wasn't a fan of what Shannon Sharpe said. He said, I'm better than you. Shaq also said he's top 50, and I believe that Shannon Sharpe is 51 top NFL players. So Shaq having these things to say to Shannon Sharpe, making some facts, all right? Those are facts that he was saying. I'm not going to take it from Shaq. He's true. And everything he said is factual. He is top 50. He has those MVPs. He has those championships. And he has those 4 rings. All right? Now, does that make anything that Shannon Sharpe said less relevant? It was an observation, but they say it's not what you say, but how you say it. I think what Shannon Sharpe messed up at, comparing himself to Shaq, is if to say that he's better than Shaq because he had a better work ethic. But maybe you had to work hard at being what you are. You see, some things come easy to people. Shaq was a person that maybe basketball came easy to him. Not to say that he didn't work. Obviously, Shaq practiced, right? But the stature that he was, the size of Shaq, no diddy. He is the most dominant big man in NBA history, all right? And that was Shaq's main goal, according to Shaq. Shaq said he never wanted to be the GOAT. He wanted to be the most dominant basketball player in the NBA, in which he was. All right. Big shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. So I think that was the issue. I think Shannon Sharp messed up by judging by comparison, by comparing Shaq as if he was a better person than Shaq. That's what I get from it. All right. What I get from it, I get that he feels that he's a better person. He put a bigger effort than Shaq. So he earned what he earned, and Shaq could have been a better if Shaq would have if Shaq would have met his work ethic, where his work ethic at. If Shaq would have met him where he's at work ethic wise, then Shaq would have more accolades. Obviously, that's a great observation, but you comparing yourself to Shaq, and I'm going to say this about Shaq. Once again, Shaq is a man that he's big in stature, he's a very dominant basketball player. And it's just the simple fact that some people things come a little bit easier for. So they don't have this deep desire that maybe somebody who's less talented, somebody who's less physically dominant, somebody who has a lesser IQ in whatever sport they're playing, maybe they work harder because they know they're lacking to compensate in their athleticism. They work harder. That's common sense. But what about the super athlete? He doesn't have to work as hard as you. The super athlete doesn't have to go to practice all the time. You see high school basketball, the coach is going to allow the main player to miss a practice or two. All right? Because he's going to show up in the game. He's just better than you. Shannon Sharp, Shaq is just that good. Shannon Sharp, Shaq is just that good. He doesn't have to try that hard. That's it. Big shout out to Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Shay Shay Club. We big fans of the Shay Shay Club with all the ridicule that he receives. Shout out to Shannon Sharp and big shout out to Shaquille O'Neal nonetheless. You know what I mean? Yeah. Big up to Powerhouse in the comment section. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Everybody that's watching should be sharing this podcast. Now remember, this is podcast number 85 of the DSTM. All right, that's an acronym for Don't Shoot the Messenger. That part, all right? Once again, you guys know I'm the incomparable, the author, imitator, cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from, the elected, appointed, voice of the streets, lord of the streets, learner of the streets, leader of the streets, public enemy, top op, public enemy number one, powered by L.O.T.S approved media. All right? That part. Welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 85. With that being said, you guys, we're 15 episodes away from episode 100, in which we're going to be celebrating, all right? And I need everybody to be in attendance for episode 100. Yes, we are celebrating episode 100. That part, all right? Now, we about to bring this show to a closure. Shout out to everybody in the building. Do me a favor. Make sure everybody share this podcast. Before we leave, you guys should share this podcast with your loved ones and friends. Let's get everybody involved, everybody acclimated. Everybody should be hitting that like button. Don't be a ninja watcher, all right? Don't be a casual watcher. Don't be a pocket watcher. Hit that like button so YouTube can recommend this content. Hit that subscription button. If you guys on YouTube, hit the subscription button on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Everybody should be watching this from YouTube. Shout out to everybody in YouTube land. Shout out to everybody in Facebook land. Shout out to everybody in Twitter land. That part, all right? Big up to all you guys, man. One love. Make sure you turn your notifications on. You guys see I'm going on at different times. Hello. I go on at 9:30 sometimes. I go on at 9 sometimes. Today, I went on at 10 because life be lifing, all right? So if you guys don't want to miss out because things are subject to change time-wise, turn your notifications on. Turn those notifications on. So every time I drop new content, you guys will be the first ones to get it. All right? Once again, this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 85, with 15 episodes from episode 100. That part. And I want to thank everybody because nobody expected us to make it this far. Nobody expected us to make it this far. This is our platform, all right? It's an unbiased platform. You guys, at any time, you guys can give your opinion. You do not have to adopt my opinion in things. You guys have the mind of your own. And this is the platform to express that. We respect everybody's opinion here, no matter if we agree with it or not, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how dumb it may seem. Even a genius asks questions, all right? So take that with a grain of salt. No matter how far-fetched it may seem, everybody's opinion is welcomed here on this platform, all right? Shout out to Powerhouse in the building. Big up the Powerhouse. Big up to Paul Bizzle. Big up Victor. Big up the Planet, goddammit. That part. Thank you guys for the call-in. Shout out to Planet and Victor. Thank you guys for the call-in. And we should have more call-ins because I know some people during the week, my mouth getting dry too. When you see me, I start stuttering like that. It's because my mouth getting dry because we're doing a lot of talking. We went past an hour with this episode, all right? One-man show, one-man army, that part. Don't shoot the messenger. Now, with that being said, let me turn on some outro music. Let's put this outro music on. Once again, hit that like button and share this platform. Share this particular podcast, episode number 85. That part. Big up to Ezo with the outro and the intro music. You guys, like I always tell you, nobody's promised tomorrow. I can't promise you guys I'm going to be back here next Friday, but I intend to be back here next Friday by the grace of Most High if God permits. Nobody can promise. Nobody's promised tomorrow. Let's make that clear. Okay then, all right? You guys, like I always tell you, make sure you're showing the universe your gratitude. I know these are hard times. I understand the economy's down. The price of food is up. More rent is up. I get it. All right? But still, I want you guys to be thankful for the things that you have at home. That's the key to manifestation and affirmation, all right? In the spiritual realm, the fourth and fifth dimensional realm, that is the key to making things to abundance, to making things come into fruition, all right? You have to be happy with the things that you already have. You have to show gratitude to the things that God already provided to you. If you do not appreciate the things that God gave you already, how do you expect the universe to bless you with more? It doesn't work that way. That's not how manifestation works. What you think, you send out. What you think, what you give attention to, that's where energy flows towards, all right? The universe only reciprocates what you're thinking, what you're projecting. So if you're constantly projecting that you're broke, if you're constantly projecting that you don't like your lifestyle, if you're constantly projecting that you don't appreciate the things that God provided for you, how do you expect the universe to turn that around? The universe is only going to feed you and reciprocate what you're projecting, okay? So be happy with the things that you guys already have, all right? That part. I'm going to leave off with this, and I always tell you guys, for those people that are entrepreneurs that want to go out here and do, if you want to podcast, whatever you want to do, whatever business ventures you want to make, remember, failure and discouragement are the stepping stones to success. If you can handle failure, the only difference between you and the winner is because they kept trying. You failed and you quit. That's the only difference between you and a winner. That's the only difference between you and somebody that's super successful. They kept going. They fell 100 times and stood up 101 times. Keep going. Failure is a part of success. Discouragement is a part of success. Don't remember, the devil's a lie. So keep moving forward. Don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared of discouragement. Stick to the script. Stick to your plan. Trust the process. That part. Last but not least, the highest mountain got the best view. Climb that mountain. You heard? Climb that mountain. No matter how steep that mountain is, no matter how many obstacles on that mountain, no matter how many animals, lions, tigers, and bears, mountain lions, woo-de-woo, climb that mountain. Make sure you're equipped. Make sure you're equipped to climb the mountain, but climb that mountain because the highest mountain has the best view. The highest mountain has the best view. And I'm going to end with that. L.O.T.S Approved Media. Make sure you guys enjoy your weekend, all right? Welcome to another episode of Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. Episode number 85. We're on our way to episode 100. That part. You guys enjoy your weekend and be safe. And by the grace of Most High, hopefully, we'll meet back here next Friday. That part for episode number 86. Sheesh. Grrr. Don't Shoot the Messenger. I'm out. Peace.